Welcome to the Explainer. Today, we are diving into a technology that's about to completely change how we think about video. Seriously, we're talking about a leap so big, it's basically changing the definition of a camera, turning flat 2D images into these fully explorable three-dimensional worlds. And yeah, 2026 is the year this whole thing is really set to explode.
So here's what we're going to break down. First, why the traditional camera as we know it is on its way out. Then, how exactly we're making video 3D. We'll look at the new rules this creates for filmmakers, what it all means for you, and finally, we'll touch on the very real risks that come with this new reality.
You know, for over a century, making a movie has had this one massive limitation. You point a camera, you hit record, and that's it. You are stuck with that one perspective. Well, that entire rigid, kind of clunky process is about to be completely flipped on its head. I mean, just think about that for a second. The absolute creative freedom. You'd never be locked into your original camera angle again. You could film a scene and then later in editing, decide you want a shot from the ceiling. Or hey, even from inside someone's coffee cup on the table. And you could do it all without ever having to reshoot a single thing. That's the incredible promise here. So what this really represents is just this massive shift. We're leaving behind that old linear way of doing things, shoot first, spend weeks in post-production, and just hope it all works out. And we're moving to this new flexible process. A director can literally see an actor inside the final digital world as they are filming and make creative choices right there on the fly. Moving all that work from post-production to live production, well, that's a total game changer.
Okay, so how do we actually get there? How do we make that jump from the old way to the new? Let's break down the amazing tech that's making this possible. It's called volumetric video-to-video AI. To put it simply, it takes a totally normal, flat video of a person and, bam, instantly creates a 3D digital thing out of them. It's not just a flat picture anymore. It's a digital object. It's got form, it's got substance, and it can exist inside a virtual space. And this really gets to the core of it, right? Video is no longer just something you watch. It's becoming a space you can actually enter and move around in. The person in the video isn't trapped in a little rectangle anymore. They're present in a digital environment, and you can explore that world from any angle you can possibly imagine. This whole process has a name, spatial reconstruction. So the AI looks at a regular 2D video, and for every single pixel, it figures out how far away it is. Then it builds this 3D cloud of points. They're called voxels. After that, it does something really clever. It just wraps the colors from the original video right onto that new 3D shape. And 2026 is the big year because the hardware and the AI are finally fast enough to do all of this with almost zero delay. The 3D version just appears instantly. Right, and you've got to understand this isn't just one magic piece of technology doing all the work. It's a powerful combination of a bunch of things. Specific AI methods like NeRFs, the sheer horsepower of modern GPUs, software like Unreal Engine acting as a sort of virtual stage, and a really smart network setup to make it all happen in real time. Okay, so we've got the tech. Now let's talk about the really fun part, how this is about to cause a massive explosion in creative industries like movies and gaming. The old rulebook? It's officially getting tossed out the window. This quote just nails it. A huge goal of this technology is to just get rid of the physical limits of cameras altogether. I mean, think about it. If your camera's virtual, it doesn't have to obey the laws of physics. It can fly, it can shrink, it can pass right through solid walls. This opens up a whole new visual language for telling stories. And you can see how this just snowballs, right? It's a domino effect. It all starts with the tech breakthrough, the AI getting fast enough. That gets studios to start using it. Then creators get all this new freedom, which leads to a flood of cheaper, way more immersive AR and VR content. And where does it end? With a huge market shift, where all of us, the audience, start to expect and even demand this new kind of 3D media. But look, this isn't just some high-tech toy for Hollywood directors. This is going to change things for pretty much everyone in areas like sports, shopping, and even professional training. Okay, picture this. You're watching the big game and a life-sized 3D hologram of an expert analyst is standing right there on the field, drawing out the last play for you. It completely transforms watching sports from a passive thing to something way more immersive and analytical. You're not just watching the game anymore. You're practically in it. And for anyone who shops online, this is a total game changer. It solves that huge problem of not really knowing what a piece of clothing is going to look like. With this, you could use your phone to literally walk around a 3D video of a model, seeing exactly how the fabric hangs and moves from every single angle, all before you hit buy. And in the world of education and training, this is just mind-blowing. Imagine you're training to be a surgeon. Instead of watching a flat video, you could walk around a 3D recording of a master surgeon performing an operation, seeing every tiny, precise movement from whatever perspective you need. The level of detail and understanding you'd get is something a 2D video could never, ever match. But of course, with any technology this powerful, you know there has to be a catch. We absolutely have to talk about the downsides and the very real dangers. It is not all fun and games.
So the problems really fall into two different camps. On one side, you've got the practical, technical stuff. The AI can still mess up and create weird visual glitches, and these 3D video files are absolutely gigantic, so they need a ton of bandwidth. But on the other side, you have the much more serious risks for society, especially the fact that this technology makes it way, way easier to create photorealistic deepfakes that are pretty much impossible to tell from the real thing. And that right there is the crucial, kind of scary question that this technology leaves us with. When a virtual camera can go anywhere, and a virtual person can look and sound exactly like a real one, it really starts to mess with our whole definition of authenticity. It's an incredible tool for creativity for sure, but it also forces us to ask a really tough question. What can we actually believe in a world where reality itself can be completely recreated in real time?